Good evening. This is Bronson's By Any Means Necessary Fantasy Baseball Talk for Friday night, July 23rd. A couple injury updates that I'm sure you're aware of, but I'm going to remind you anyway. Max Muncy is on the disabled, he's not injured, he's on the paternity list, so he's going to be out for the weekend. But you should be able to move him onto your injured list and pick up somebody else to help you in the meantime. He was available against San Francisco, which was a big match for the Giants, and he should be available when they play San Francisco again starting Monday. But he's basically taking the weekend off against Colorado. The Dodgers probably really won't need him for that series. Dominic Smith, I forgot to mention this in the last video I did, which I think was Tuesday night. No, it was Wednesday. I did Wednesday night. Dominic Smith hit really finely. It took him a long time. He's finally hitting like the player that we kind of were hoping he would be around draft time. A lot of us had him as a breakout candidate, and he was very enticing because he can play first in the outfield as well. So he's hopefully finally realizing that potential that he has. So yesterday was an eventful day for me. I went to see my parents. Went and got my tags for my car because my trip permit was expiring soon. I spent a lot of money this month, especially on my car. But I was driving back, and that was actually the farthest I've driven. It was down there and back, and I was coming back through Salem. There's like a, for those of you who know Salem area, there's a pretty a hill kind of by the Enchanted Forest area on the I-5. I had to floor it because this Geo Tracker just doesn't have a whole lot of juice. It's a 4-cylinder. I had to floor it to get up the hill, and like there's this big thud as I was driving down the road, and then on my car, my car wasn't the most quiet car to begin with, but after that thud, it was like it just sounded like a freaking motorcycle or a tractor or something. Just really, really loud. I was like, okay, what the hell is going on with this car? I was kind of freaking out. I pulled out. I kept going a few miles. I pulled out on the Mission Street exit and kind of pulled off the side, pulled into this shopping center, and got out. I had an oil leak. I was like, okay, I'm really worried about this. This is bad. I called my dad, who's sick right now. He wasn't able to come and help me, but the oil leak was kind of something I was kind of concerned about. And I was like, great, I'm going to be sitting here. I'm going to be stranded here. How am I going to get to work tomorrow? How late am I going to be here? All this anxiety and how much money am I going to have to spend on this car? All this anxiety running through my head, right? So I call my dad. He can't help me. Call my brother. My brother's in Sweet Home. I feel bad for calling him, but he does end up coming up and helping me. I have to wait a while for him. It ended up being 2.5 hours. I paid him gas. I paid him some money for the trip because I felt bad. But it ended up just being a spark plug. I opened up the hood. There was like a big explosion of oil or gas up on the top, and then I had this spark plug thing popped out. Pretty, I get people who know cars probably could have figured it out in 5 minutes, and then walked or driven to the store and spent $4 on the spark plug, fixed it in 15 minutes like my brother did. But I was I was concerned because there was an oil leak, but the oil leak was just from the spark plug exploding. So I was kind of stranded 2.5 hours with that when it was a 15-minute fix. So in hindsight, I feel dumb and stupid, but I ended up not getting home till midnight, and I had to be at work at 5 this morning. So I did okay most of the day. I over caffeinated, but I was by 2:30. I was done, and I wanted to go home at 3:30, and I was set to go home. Because I'm already ahead this week because I came in for half a shift on Wednesday, and Wednesday is the new start of our pay period, so I'm 3.5 hours ahead. So I was good to go home an hour early today, but then my boss changed his mind and said I need to go do a garbage run up in one of our restaurants real quick. So that, took me another half hour that I was not wanting. But I still got out 15 minutes early after I took my last break. Still hit traffic on the way home, but it wasn't as bad as it would have been if I'd have waited another 15 minutes. And so yeah, my car, this is just a spark plug. My brother also tightened up all the other ones to make sure it doesn't happen again anytime soon. I've never had that happen before. Obviously, that's why I had the reaction that I had when it did happen. But I'm just glad it was good news. I'm glad it was a cheap fix, easy fix, and I'm glad my car still is running. I wouldn't say it was running great before, but it's running normal now. I'm also trying to plan a trip that I don't really want to reveal where I'm going yet. I'm trying to do it for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday next week. I know that's soon. I've been tracking the prices online for this trip. It's cheap. The prices aren't changing, whether it was 3 weeks ago or a week before. That's good. The problem I'm having though is like the timing, because I work on Tuesday. I don't want to miss work on Tuesday night or Tuesday, so I'm gonna catch a flight on Tuesday night or early Wednesday morning. And it's just not, the timing's just not working out, because I'm trying to get to one place and then catch a bus down to another place, and that bus leaves at a certain time, and so the flights just they're just not aligning right now. It's getting frustrating. I don't know if I'm going to be able to go, but this is like the first trip that I've really had like a hard time planning. It's been really easy and really fun. And all the other ones, but this one's just aggravating me, because it's just so cheap. It's so easy to get there. It's just my job schedule and the Greyhound schedule for my destination is just making it difficult. But I'll keep you updated on that when it happens, if it happens, as we move along here. But let's get into the baseball talk. So some streaming options for you. Cesar Hernandez, I don't own him. I should own him, and I shouldn't talk about other people not owning him if I don't own him myself. It makes me a hypocrite. But he's been a top 7 second baseman this year. There's no reason he should be on the waiver wire still, especially now that he's hitting really well. I know that it's hard to find quality second basemen, so we should all be taking a better, more serious look at Cesar Hernandez. Harrison Bader, outfielder for the Cardinals, is coming on here right now. Not really known for his hitting, and who knows how long he'll keep it up, but he's worth having while he's hot. And lastly, one guy who's hugely benefited from not only the trade deadline, it's not even the trade deadline yet, but a trade and an injury. Excuse me, my nose is funny. That's what happens when I go down into the valley. I get sinus problems because I've had sinus problems my entire life. And moving to Portland has been good for me in that respect. Portland's been good for me, in a lot of ways. But I'd still like to explore my options. But anyways, yeah, Miguel Sano, Nelson Cruz getting traded to Tampa Bay opens up the designated hitter slot for him, and Alex Kirilloff having a potentially season-ending injury opens up first base job for him as well. So Miguel Sano should be an everyday player moving forward. Whether that leads to, prolonged fantasy success, we'll see. But we know that what he's done in the past, and the potential is there for him to do it again. And he's hitting decently well right now, so he's a guy that should be a priority add if you're looking for some hitting. For the streamers, for tomorrow, for Saturday, I got 4 for you. A couple of them are in the same game, and those couple are in the first game of the day. So if you want them, you probably should get them tonight. We got Merrill Kelly of the Cubs. No, Merrill Kelly of the Diamondbacks against the Cubs. Merrill Kelly's been pitching really well lately, and the Cubs are, middle of the road. They struggle with strikeouts. And we got, on the opposite side, Alec Mills of the Cubs against the Diamondbacks. The Cubs are at home, and let's just face facts. Diamondbacks are awful this year. They're one of the worst baseball teams I think I've ever seen, which is sad to say. And they cannot win on the road. They cannot win on the road. They just set a record for most consecutive road losses in the history of baseball, and baseball's been around a long time. So, Alec Mills, who also is pitching well lately, should have a good day. Next, we got Patrick Sandoval of the Angels against the Twins. Patrick Sandoval is really making a case to be a guy we should be carrying season long, because he's pretty much making an appearance in the streaming section every day he pitches now. So the Twins lineup is still a little bit to be feared, but with the loss of Nelson Cruz and Alex Kirilloff, not as scary. And last, we've got Tony Gonsolin of the Dodgers against the Rockies. Yes, I know Tony Gonsolin had a terrible start in his last start. I owned him for that, but overall, throughout his brief career, he's been a pretty good pitcher, and we know the Rockies are bad, and they have real struggles hitting on the road. This game is in Dodger Stadium. Dodgers are really good also, and the Rockies are really bad, so Tony Gonsolin at the very least should give you a win if he's able to go deep enough into the game, and that counts for something. So I definitely anticipate a bounce back game for Tony Gonsolin tomorrow against the Rockies. So yeah, that's my show today. Sorry I wasted so much of your time talking about myself. A little less baseball than you were probably wanting. But I don't know if you guys have seen this. The new Paul McCartney song. Like he's 80 years old, and like this song is like really modern, really poppy. It's really good. And then the music video that goes along with it is like him, CGI of him young. It's like it's awesome. It's an awesome video. The song's called "Find My Way." You should check it out. Good song, great video. Like I guess it pays to be a rock legend and have billions of dollars, because you can make songs and videos like that when you're at his age. So yeah, again, you should check that out. That's all I have to say though. Have a blessed day. Good luck in your matchups, and as always, peace, love, and nacho fries.